Hello, everybody. Welcome here to episode 50 of the Brawl for All Pro Wrestling Show. And this is kind of like our 1 year blowout episode where we're going to go off the scales on this one and go off the script. What do you guys think about that? I got Cdub, I got Steven here, the Brock Lesnar of the show, and I got Jeff Crow. What is up, guys? One at a time.
I will defer to the others.
I was the worst thing to do because I figured like once I said that everybody could say it would be saying it at once. So after I said that, I said one.
Jaros, man, you gotta make sure in your segues that you hand it off to somebody else specifically.
God damn it! What am I
Instead,
thinking?
we were all just quiet.
Yeah,
we're all just like, well, let's be polite.
Right.
We were waiting for somebody to say something.
And if it feels a little different to the audience, it's because this is going to be like no editing, just, you know, whatever comes out, comes out. No editing, it's just going to be like a raw episode here. So what do you guys think of that? Anybody wants to go first?
It sounds kinky.
And when we get to the questions, I'm going to have to go like Cdub, Steven, Jeff, kind of like that.
Good thinking.
And don't interrupt. Just let them say what they got to say, and then after they're done, be like, all right. But since it is the episode 50 and it's our 1 year blowout here, we are going to mention a few things here right off the bat. We got to mention Hell in a Cell and what happened on Raw the next night, and then there are a few news things you said too. So, just to mention, what did you guys think of this? Who all watched Hell in a Cell here? Cdub. Jeff, did you watch it?
Yes, sir, I did.
And Steven, you didn't, right?
I did watch Hell in a Cell.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
So Steven, what'd you think?
I thought it was okay, but again, the Hell in a Cell really doesn't mean anything in the PG era because they don't really utilize the cell, and most of the matches don't have really any meaning. And you have multiple... How many cell matches they have? 3?
Two.
Two? Okay, I was thinking they had 3, but I was thinking the Kane match was in the cell, but it was not.
It really waters it down when they do 2 cage matches.
I mean, I've already forgot like how many Hell in a Cell matches they did, but
right.
You do that, and like you gotta have blood, man. Like, I mean, besides the Undertaker thing, like you gotta have it.
They had a bunch of blood. Though.
Give me a break, you know. But I mean, they're not even supposed to. They just kind of do what the hell they want because what's Vince gonna do? Fire their 2?
You didn't like that main event?
No, I thought that was the only match that really was worth a damn.
You're right, but I thought the other Hell in a Cell match was good too.
It's all right, but there's no blood. I mean, they don't really fight Cell. I mean,
but reportedly Vince was furious over the blood, so take it for what it's worth.
He can be furious, but he ain't gonna do nothing to him.
Could be a fine, maybe.
You think Brock Lesnar cares?
Go ahead, C-Dub.
I watched the match. I didn't see Brock blade at any point, dude. And
I think Taker did.
Just to bring a point up, assuming that Lesnar legitimately did get the stitches after the match, a blade job, usually doesn't need stitches. If you blade yourself that much, it's not going to be good, and it's definitely going to be visible. So I'm pretty sure that was a hard way, man.
What about Taker?
I
think I saw it. I think I saw he got hit on the outside by like a clothesline or something, and you could just see his hand go up to his head real quick while he was taking the bump backwards. And I know Stone Cold said that he got so good he could do it off a bump.
Yeah. Oh, Stone Cold thinks everybody needs to get a little bit of double color.
He does think that.
That's what we saw, son.
Hell, he thought that.
I mean...
He said, hell, just take it in your own liberty and take it up with the old man later.
These guys are professionals at blading, though.
Go ahead, Jeff.
I thought I gotta watch it again, but I almost thought I seen Lesnar tuck something on the inside of his glove. Because he got the open palms.
Never noticed that he bladed anywhere. I thought he hard weighted on that pull shot. But you know what I said.
I thought he did it. Was it Mania that he done that?
Yeah, he did the same thing. But you know what I think he's doing? I think he's pre-cutting that shit.
He's doing something.
Where it only takes like a slight blow to bust him open.
Yeah, no, that's always, I mean, that can kind of be done. I mean, you can always drink a couple beers, take a couple aspirins. The real trick is puffing your cheeks out. Used to be the way to do it back in the 80s, that people would make the blood just gush out. If you puff your cheeks out, obviously, you're going to be, kind of blowing and forcing against it, and the blood really flows.
I just heard good old Stone Cold talk about the old pre-cut before.
Take a bunch of aspirin and water and shit, and get your blood all hydrated up.
We always reminisce about the old days. Like, we never go back and go, man, Daniel Bryan, or
there's nothing.
Back in the days, whenever we was making towns, taking gas station dick pills, banging the rats.
Like, we're never gonna look back and go, Bray Wyatt and Dolph Ziggler. You guys remember that?
Yeah, I know what you're saying, dude. I was thinking that myself. Like, what's gonna happen whenever like the kids that we know now are like our age? They're not gonna have really nothing to talk about. You remember when?
Oh man, do you remember that time when Kofi Kingston got beat in Madden? Dude, that was so crazy.
He's basically the.
I'm alive. I'll have to be looking the shit up.
I mean,
dude,
it's not even comparable.
Do you remember when Cena had his U.S. Open run?
I suppose it beats taking enough somas to pass the fuck out and shit your pants.
Whatever.
Hey, don't let me judge anybody in the WWE, past or present.
Hey, what'd you guys think of Zeb Coulter coming out on the old Segway or whatever the hell that was?
I fucking love it, dude. The little hover round.
And reintroduced Alberto Del Rio. I called it last week on the notes, man. I thought he might be coming.
Everything he did up until that point made absolutely no sense.
It didn't. It made no fucking sense. And that
just like WWE, they don't make sense.
I honestly thought for a second, like whenever I heard the music, I said, "No, not Jack fucking Swagger."
I thought it was. Dude.
No, not Jack Swagger.
I thought Jack
was disgusted.
Yeah, I was.
Like, seriously, why is Zeb introducing, what he would consider an illegal immigrant? Like,
yeah, it was weird.
Seriously,
I can explain that with logic. Alberto is okay with English. I mean, he's not bad, but Zeb can talk his ass off. He's smart. He's booked all over everywhere. He knows a little bit of Spanish. He booked and lived in Puerto Rico, so.
But that still has nothing to do with
but here's
why he's like fighting for this Mexican guy. Like it all goes back to just like the casual fan is just like, wait a minute, this guy was anti Alberto Del Rio. Now he's like gonna try to get him to,
Yeah, because wasn't he talking trash about the Mexicans before he left?
Apparently,
the past 1,000 days he's been doing that.
Apparently, for the last year or so, or however long it's been since Zeb's been gone, he's switched from a hard right, staunch Republican kind of a racist to far left-leaning progressive liberal. Who knew?
Without it being explained.
Yeah, Rusev took him out.
That's right. That's right.
He's a Trump fan, I'm pretty sure.
I'm glad that the WWE explained that whole thing, because we sure as hell wouldn't have figured it out.
Scratch that. He's not a Donald Trump fan because Donald's wanting to keep the immigrants out. So.
I mean, come on. Does WWE not really do they just don't give a damn anymore?
Well, I got to give Cdub props because last week he did claim that how is he going to do it with Ricardo not around? And they answered that real quick.
I mean, he needs Ricardo. Zeb makes no sense. He fights for America.
I would go for just put Kalisto with him or something.
I mean, no wonder why the ratings are in the tank and diehard fans are.
Dude, a good idea would. Why don't they turn the Lucha Dragons heel and put them with Alberto?
I mean, if you're the Lucha Dragons right now, you got to feel like crap because WWE's been looking for that big Latino superstar ever since Mysterio left and Del Rio left the last time.
I thought Kalisto had a shot at that, but
I did too, man. I thought Sin Cara and Kalisto, I thought that was a fantastic tag team, but they haven't. I mean, they've been treading water for a year or more now, so I think pretty much bringing back Del Rio was a good move.
That was Hunico Cara, by the way.
That's right.
Go ahead, Jeff.
He was good when he first, when the first Sin Cara, the original.
Who's that?
Sin Cara when
the original was badass.
Mystico.
Debuted.
Yeah, he was badass as Mystico, but then they turned it over, put Hunico under there, and it just like Hunico's good, but you can't make him Sin Cara.
No.
We all know he's not the same guy. I guess it doesn't matter though because he was never Sin Cara anyway, Mystico. So it's not like I don't know. It's not that big of a deal, but it is weird that they still call him that. I think Triple H doesn't want to give it up because it was his first signing. He's like, we can't get rid of Sin Cara. Let's put Hunico under the mask.
We'll never know.
Hell, they'll never know you just got a tattoo and the other one doesn't.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. So what else happened on this Hell in a Cell? I thought the main event was good with Brock and Taker. I did.
Nothing happened.
But you guys got to admit Taker looked 100 times better than he has for all these matches he's came back on. This was the best he's looked.
I honestly think a lot of this Taker's not healthy crap has just been Taker working everybody.
Hell, that was me saying that, buddy. He looked like shit those last few matches, though, dude. You go look at this match compared to that Mania.
Serious cardio.
I think he dropped a lot of weight.
He did lose some weight.
In that one match against Brock where he lost the streak and he supposedly passed out behind, or in between the exit to the stage and gorilla position.
Yeah, that was a work or something.
Honestly, I think this whole Undertaker not being physically well and, is he going to be able to go in the ring?
But what's the work on it, though? Because now he comes out and just does good. There's no story.
Yeah, man, I think he's fine. I think he's in...
Yeah, but if you're going to say it's a storyline or a work, though, they never did any payoff with it.
No, but I think the end game for that is that finally, they've been the gunslinger with one last bullet in his gun, blah, blah, blah. That crap. I think that's what it's going to end up boiling down to.
Let me just tell you.
Honestly, guys, hopefully, in my mind, all this Taker Lesnar and all this Taker being featured more, it's probably going to build up to Taker retiring at Mania.
I think so.
Why not? It's in Texas. They're hopefully going to have 100,000 freaking people there if they can help it.
Well,
why not?
I want to give everybody a spoiler alert. What happened at Hell in a Cell was absolutely nothing.
Exactly. They did not, and the other matches had no meaning.
Like January 1st to 2014 to today, nothing has happened.
Nothing important.
Nah.
You're right, dude.
Nothing.
Because the whole time we've been doing the show, from like when we started doing the weekly pro wrestling rush, it sucked, hasn't it?
Yeah, like they screwed up the Undertaker streak. They've screwed up with CM Punk. They've screwed up a lot of things.
They gave us a lot to talk about.
I think they're doing some things right, despite
now
all the
they're getting better now, though, Steven. If
they have to do things right. We can't like say, oh, they're doing some things right. Like they have to.
Yeah, they have.
It's what they're doing wrong. They're doing everything wrong. They have. How many writers do they have? Does not one guy in that writing team say hey, Zeb Coulter coming out and introducing Alberto Del Rio makes absolutely 0 sense. Does anybody have a brain there? Even Zeb's probably like, this is stupid as shit, but they didn't listen to me, so I'll go out here.
I'll ride this goddamn fucking card out there.
It's just a channel flipper. It's like,
I'll do it, guys.
Seriously.
I'll do it, guys, but I ain't walking.
So that right there, it made no sense. Jack Swagger's got 0 credibility. I like him. I think
Jack Swagger.
But
we all thought it was him.
0 credibility. Zeb's using his music. So Jack Swagger, he can't come out to that music anymore.
I'd love to see a chat room at the time that he came out, or they played that music, because I think we weren't the only ones that thought Swagger.
Could you imagine if Swagger would have came out and just dominated John Cena? He's been studying tape,
Yeah.
Hell, he needs it, dude. Why not?
You know what I mean? Man, he's been studying tape. Jack Swagger, he's back, former world champion. Here we go, and that's how you build him up.
It would have been better than just having Del Rio come back in and destroy him like those couple years in Lucha Underground did him real good.
Right, so it's like Jack Swagger has no like storyline with Zeb leaving him now.
It boosted Alberto Del Rio leaving and going to Lucha Underground for a year, made him more of a top guy than like anybody else. It was
right. I mean, just time off helps, you know.
I mean, guys, honestly, I think whenever Del Rio left to begin with, because of the situation and how it all broke down, I think Triple H or whoever probably said, "Look, we're gonna have to let you go for about a year. Let this fizzle down. No big deal. And then we'll bring you back.
We'll get rid of that asshole."
Yeah, that's probably exactly what happened. I mean, you know. And Del Rio, I like Del Rio. Dude, they need stars.
Okay, I just got to mention this. I mean, I really have nothing else to say about the pay-per-view. I don't know if you guys do. But I do got to mention this. The finish for New Day Dudley sucked.
Yeah.
Like, I hated that happening again, really, to tell you the truth. Like, in my opinion, something's going to happen. Spike's coming back.
Oh.
He's going to have to combat
I'm pretty sure he's
cheating.
like a teacher now.
Yeah, but they said that he's only a phone call away on this interview, so.
Yeah, I'm sure
always teaches, I think. He's been a teacher for a while.
He could he could do a one-off.
He's a phone call away because he probably has no money.
Dude, I would love to see Spike come back and fight off New Day because they have 3 guys to 2. Like, why not?
Yeah, or you could always just create another Dudley. Why not?
Well, the funny thing is,
Bubba, there was so many of them, you know.
Bubba says
Dude,
the WWE Universe would love to see it. So
they could they could bring back Virgil.
Virgil,
he's too busy getting his fuck money, dude. So
what about Damian Dudley? Bring out Damian Sandow and let him be one of the fucking Dudleys.
I love Damian.
Oh man,
Sizzle.
Virgil Dudley.
Virgil Dudley.
Sizzle.
Jeff, you know that fuck money, dude.
Yeah, what's up with that fuck money, dude?
That fuck money.
Why did he say that? What?
Virgil wants to go to Olive Garden.
The Olive Garden experience.
And then to do autograph signings.
Dude,
and then get that fuck money.
Now, he did say what the fuck money was, but I never did look it up.
He said that it was just fuck money.
It's fuck money, dude.
We got Jeff here still?
What?
I was just wondering if you were still here. Thought
Jeff,
you fell asleep on us like I did during the...
Jeff Crow,
I about fell asleep during the Seth Rollins-Kane and the Kevin Owens-Ryback match, by the way, guys.
I did enjoy the Reigns and Wyatt match.
Yeah, I did too. I said that I liked that one.
I did.
I liked that finish. They
As
got
far as
brutal.
what they could limited to do, they did a good job with what they could do.
Yeah, they couldn't really get too much color because they were going to do that later. So I'm sure Taker and Lesnar were like, "Don't do anything like that." And I told you, Jeff, like right after, I think Reigns is a legit contender now. Like, what else does the guy have to prove, really?
What is the point
that
of
I just wish he would quit doing some of them just stupid little things he does.
Yeah, the antics he's got with the scream and shit. I could do away with that too. But I think Reigns would be almost as good a champion as Rollins.
A legit badass.
Yeah. Well, I think he'd be as good as Rollins with the belt.
Yeah.
Cdub?
Yeah, I mean, I think Reigns, Rollins has been really stale to me, to be honest. I don't think it's any fault of his own. But I think Reigns may have had enough time to the fans kind of forget about them hating him so much, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. But I feel like a mid-card title would help Roman Reigns. Maybe give him the IC, something like that, US.
Right.
I don't know. Something like that. And, let him work his way up a little bit.
They've just been wanting to throw him to that belt so long now.
I don't think him winning the Royal Rumble this year, 2 years in a row, would be a good idea.
No, I don't think so either. But I do think that Reigns is more ready now than he was whenever they were first trying to put it on him.
I have a strange sneaking suspicion. I know this is kind of off topic, but I think we're going to see Dean Ambrose win the Rumble this year.
That'd be awesome. That was my pick, like, last year, I think.
I think this year is Dean Ambrose, man.
That'd be nice. I like Ambrose.
Del Rio probably wins it now.
He's got his win.
They're not going to let whoever deserves it win. You know, so I'm kind of tired of the whole, like, who deserves it thing. I'm kind of over that. Like, they just need to, like, just draw a name out of a hat of guys that they kind of want to push.
I'm not really saying that so-and-so deserves it or whatever. I'm just saying if they're going to put it on Reigns, this is the better time to do it than they were going to before, in my opinion.
But fans do that. Like, Daniel Bryan deserves it.
Yeah, I don't care about who deserves it.
Also, I mean,
Balor's going to win the Rumble.
But also, as a counterpoint to what Steven said, you also have those fans who get, like, bent out of shape if their favorites don't get pushed.
Yeah, like Daniel Bryan.
Like, oh my God, Zack Ryder. Why is Zack Ryder not world champion?
I think those people are like pimples on Vince McMahon's ass.
Oh.
Like, he don't even bother to pop them.
How about Dolph Ziggler, though? I mean, they should push him a little bit, in my opinion.
I mean, I think we'll at least get some good matches.
And I think Cesaro should be a top guy.
Yeah, and I mean, I think we'll at least get good matches out of Ziggler and Breeze. That should be all right.
Oh, Breeze is good on there, though. I'm glad he's up to the main roster now. The only two things I had to talk about, I mean, Jeff, did you have anything else to add about Hell in a Cell? I mean, I have nothing else to say about Hell in a Cell.
It was all right.
It was decent. I thought the two Hell in a Cell matches were good.
Well, I mean, it was as long as Raw, so I mean, you know.
Yeah,
like,
Raw.
literally, like, Hell in a Cell was as long as Raw.
I've got bottom line two things to mention on Raw, and that's all I'm mentioning. And the two things on Raw were the whole number one contender thing that ended up being Roman Reigns winning that four-way match at the end for the number one contendership. And I was surprised that they threw Owens and Ziggler in there for that four-way match. And Del Rio, too. I was kind of surprised at the guys they tossed in there. I guess it gives you a little bit of a vision into who they think the top guys are right now.
And not Cesaro.
Cesaro's not getting in there. That's a shame, man. Like, I don't know, 2 years I've been claiming Cesaro should be up there.
Man, I'm wanting to see Cesaro Owens and extended series of that matchup for a big championship.
They never let them have a really, really good match.
Those guys could be carrying the product right now, 110%.
Oh, yeah, and they've never... I don't think their matches have lived up to the hype yet, in my opinion.
I think if they give them enough time, give those guys like 15 minutes, and let them really go out there and tell a story over 3, 4, 5 matches on a big stage... Yeah. And I think that they would have something really going.
Right. So, go ahead, Jeff.
Oh, I was saying you still got fucking Sheamus throwing around that.
Sheamus.
I think Sheamus should win the Royal Rumble.
What the hell is he going to... When is he... I don't even know when he would cash it in.
I don't know. I'm ready for that.
Win the Royal Rumble.
I'm ready for it to end, though, that whole Money in the Bank with him. I can't see him... I can't see him carrying the title.
I don't know. It just...
I'm pretty sure that they just gave him that because of that Turtles movie coming up, and he has that role, and they want to wait until it's released so they can be like, Sheamus, the WWE champion, is in Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, I hope they don't do it, but it seems like they're going to put the belt on Sheamus, because who else is lost? I mean, Damian Sandow.
I think it would be cool if somebody beat Sheamus, if Sheamus does cash in successfully. If somebody, the next person that challenged him, beat him in like 18 seconds.
That'd be hilarious.
The Daniel Bryan matchup.
Why don't they have a Money in the Bank winner cash in early instead of waiting all the way till the end like they always do? Like, they should have him just cash it in right away, first pay-per-view, you know?
It's like, they want to build the guy up during his time.
Like Rollins held it the entire time, you know? Like
it gives them credibility is the way they just use it, you know?
It's almost like I had that discussion with you, Cdub. They should almost use the IC title as a Money in the Bank, almost like, not Money in the Bank, but, I mean, why are you... That's pretty much the number one contender now.
Yeah.
So...
I mean...
Just a bunch of fuck money.
it used to be the IC title, now it's Money in the Bank.
Well, I mean, it used to be the winner of King of the Ring would usually get a title shot at SummerSlam.
Right.
Which I always thought was fantastic, but they don't do that anymore.
The only other thing to mention on Raw was the whole Wyatt thing kept going as Kane came out when he was talking crap about Taker. You know, he has him at the compound, I'm guessing, and he's feeding off his soul till there's nothing left. And then he said it'll be his resurrection.
That's going to be interesting.
Say what?
The Orton and Taker, it's both at the compound.
And now Kane.
Oh yeah, and them all three of them.
I guess Orton would be there too, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Probably so.
So
Yeah.
there's your 3 of 4 members for your Survivor Series team. Yeah.
There you go. Who's going to be number 4?
And that's something we didn't mention on Hell in a Cell was the whole. Oh, did we mention when he got dragged out? I don't think we did.
No, but I have to say I like that little slick transition out of Taker Lesnar. Like
That was cool as
Boom.
hell, dude. At the end when they had the Wyatts come out and decimate him, and I was so ready for Rock to come running down.
That would be pretty sweet. I mean, I love Taker. I love Wyatt. Those are 2 of my favorite characters in WWE right now. So
I do too.
as long as it's not terrible, like they really don't bungle this one up, I think it's going to be really cool going into Survivor Series.
I thought
What if they get Lesnar as their 4th partner?
Oh man,
That'd be crazy.
that'd be good, but I still see it
Him and
being like
Braun.
like The Rock.
Him and Braun would be cool.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what they could do, but I thought it was cool that they kept it going the next night when Kane came down and they beat him down just like they did to Taker. That was cool with the light trick when they went out and came back on and they're all standing there. I like how they keep using Wyatt's theatricals, you know.
Yep.
So he's almost like a new Taker.
The LED lantern.
Yes.
You can't. Yeah, it is an LED lantern, but you can't beat it, man. He's an awesome gimmick.
I don't like it. I don't.
You never have, Steve.
I never have. I don't.
I know.
And they didn't even explain Eric Rowan coming back.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
No, it's not weird. It's normal. It's normal for.
That's WWE. Yeah.
It's WWE, guys. I mean, they don't make sense.
They never.
You know that the way I look at it is, every little detail in the WWE is like under a microscope, and you know that the conversation came up of how do we explain it, and I'm sure Vince McMahon said, we won't explain it. The WWE fans, they'll see them, they won't think of it. They just look at us like we're stupid.
They explained it, but it was really weird how they went about it. We talked about it on the show, didn't we, Jeff?
Yeah.
And it was just really weird how they went about Rowan returning. It was just like he was there.
I saw that little part where Michael Cole, it was like a real awkward moment, like he didn't almost know what to say.
Yeah,
like,
and they kept announcing it was going to be Harper. Oh,
Nothing
somebody
too
went
many-
down.
I just I've given up on the creative team is just garbage. It's garbage.
I
It's
agree.
like CM Punk said, the wheel will just keep turning. Regardless of their storylines and how crappy they are, they can afford to be lazy because there's no competition and tickets are sold up in and they're all sold out up in 6 months from now.
Right.
They could really care less if they explain why Eric Rowan comes out. I mean, since they don't really have much of a explanation, they just don't give one at all.
Right. So, Cdub, anything to say on that?
I gotta agree with Steven on the WWE not really being as good as they once were at explaining things logically. I think that they micromanage and overcomplicate things quite a bit.
How about you, Jeff? You got anything on that?
What's that?
On the whole Wyatt thing? I guess you don't. Steven, what were you saying?
I just feel like they have way too many writers, and then the people that would really turn the company around, they always get in conflict. Like, imagine if they had in their creative writing team Michael Hayes, which they do, but I mean, come on, what does he mean when there's 20 other people in the room?
Michael Hayes.
But Michael Hayes, could you imagine if Eric Bischoff was in that writing room, Paul Heyman,
Kevin Sullivan.
Guys like that, you'd only really need a panel Jim Ross.
You need a really good writing team if you're going to have one. And
Yeah,
they bottom line, they don't do it. They have all these Hollywood writers and guys like Freddie Prinze Jr.
Freddie Prinze Jr. is literally one of their writers.
Why the hell is he, what does he have to know about any kind of wrestling? I don't know.
Why don't they have Jim Ross in there and put Taz in there?
Zeb Coulter should be in there writing.
Zeb Coulter,
Yeah.
Taz, and all these guys are just castaways, man.
Get fucking Bill Watts in there. He'll run that son of a bitch.
Dude, they're all just castaways, man. They get in conflicts with these people. Paul Heyman, he could run the show.
JR could run the show.
JR, and you get all these guys, they just They just
Just
let him
listening
sit.
to JR's podcast lets you know how smart that son of a bitch is.
And he just shakes his head at half the stuff.
Oh,
that
and he'll
he
say
does.
it too, dude.
Yeah, he just shakes his head, man.
He can't get too mad at him because they'd be pissed, but he'll say what's up.
Yeah, he'll just say, "Oh yeah, they, like when they stand up on the turnbuckle and punch him 10 times." He's like, "Guys, you guys got to cut that out because it doesn't really make sense."
The bottom line is that JR doesn't get any calls from WWE to do anything with his podcast.
No, because he's a castaway.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Paul Heyman's a castaway, even though he still works there.
Heyman needs a podcast.
I mean, really though, I could assemble a better creative writing team than they can. They don't want those kind of guys in there.
I know they need guys that know the business in there, not these Hollywood writers. You're right.
For whatever reason it is, Kevin Dunn and Vince McMahon have moved away from pro wrestling bookers to Hollywood writers.
It's weird.
Might not even be wrestling fans at all.
I know.
Yeah.
It's kind of strange.
I don't know. I don't really understand it. And, then they wonder why the ratings are going down. Then they got to bring Shawn Michaels back to boost ratings. I mean,
And eat pizza.
That was hilarious. When he ate that pizza.
Other production movie like too anymore.
Yeah, I mean, what is the point of them making these crappy movies?
We've
These,
talked
like,
about them before, and they go straight to the shit pile. That's for sure.
Like, they literally had John Morrison as Hercules.
They go straight to the $5 bin.
It's more Vince McMahon, just like the XFL and the WBF.
Doesn't want to let it go.
Ico Pro and all this other shit. Vince gets a hard on for, we're going to go into Hollywood. We're going to make movies.
Crappy movies.
We're going to make shitty movies.
We're going to make the B movies like Roger Corman does.
Like, I mean, geez.
I think that's giving him a little bit of credit.
Yeah, Corman's almost better, yeah.
I think, they're better than, like, Trauma. Trauma Entertainment.
Yeah, Trauma does
films.
some crappy ones. But I think that's what they're ultimately trying to be, like some kind of niche film company instead of like a legit company that makes good movies. They don't really care. They just like got this little corner of fans of their films, I think.
I thought See No Evil was okay. I thought it would have been better if they would have used the idea that Kane killed somebody with a 6-foot cock somehow. Apparently that was an idea that got left on the cutting room floor, thankfully.
Oh, shit. I saw See No Evil, the first one. Did you ever see the second?
I didn't.
I don't even know. I don't remember it even being released, but...
I mean, as soon as I see Kane, like, I just like, okay, this credibility is gone.
I watched the first
Dude,
one, and it wasn't too bad.
Kane Kane has an insurance company in Knoxville. Like, Kane was on Dancing with the Stars Knoxville, like this charity benefit here locally.
And he's going to be a murderer in a movie.
His credibility's all gone.
Dude, he's just Glenn Jacobs now.
Yeah, but he's
But I think I am the biggest Kane fan on this.
What the hell ever, CW? He's Demon Kane. What are you talking
I would
about?
almost rather he be fucking Isaac Yankem or fake Diesel at this point.
I'm the biggest Kane fan on this show, I think.
I think that the whole Kane and Taker getting back together for this Wyatt thing's awesome.
I think they just need to make Kane champion.
World champion, Kane.
And then Kane and Big Show as the tag champions.
Yep. I think they should
boy.
hold every belt.
Local men ruin everything.
You know me, Jeff. I just want to piss everybody off.
I know. We've been wanting to put Kane and Big Show as tag champions forever now again.
And then while Kane is the world champion as well.
In the Rumble, they can just dominate the entire thing and eliminate everybody. And then at the end, they'll go get a table. They'll go under the bottom rope and go get a table, and they'll eat 5 large pizzas together. And that'll be the finish. That'll be the fucking finish of the pay-per-view.
I can imagine Kane in a pizza eating contest.
Kane comes down with 2 boxes of pizza down the ramp when his music hits.
And then they'll cut backstage, and it'll be Daniel Bryan just crying, like completely bawling.
I think they need to make us the creative writers.
I
would literally,
dude, we can do a better job than they are. Okay.
Seriously,
It don't take like we said, it's not rocket science, right, Cdub?
It's not brain surgery or rocket science.
Like these guys make it way too confusing for their own good.
Yep.
Yeah, just a creative team.
It's not a soap opera; it's wrestling.
they can deal with the production, all that. Like, we literally will just be like, hey, this is the storyline, and you guys, no more scripted promos, because I'm done with that.
I think they've really gotten into the deal where they think it really is, like, people love watching it as, like, a soap opera, so we got to have all these wacky stories and backstage shit going on.
They got shooting movie camera angles and shit.
I know.
I think one of the biggest problems that they have is that they don't book like they used to. Back in the day, they would book from Mania to Survivor Series. Like, they would know where they're going, and they would follow that plan.
They don't know where they're
going. But then Rusev came along and screwed it up.
Now it's like 2 weeks out, maybe 4 weeks out to the pay-per-view that they book, and that's it.
Yeah, when we were like in our day, like in the early 90s, I remember, it was so planned out to you just knew what was going to happen.
I mean, occasionally things would change. I mean, Warrior leaves a couple times. That screwed stuff up. Mr. Perfect leaving screwed things up a couple times.
You'd always pretty much ultimately know where things were going to head.
Pretty much.
Basically, they don't know what the hell they're doing.
No, they screwed it up. No enhancement matches with jobbers.
And you know what? Back then, they had probably like 3 people who wrote TV.
And it was all enhancement matches with jobbers.
But, you can't put the cat back into the bag as far as that goes. But I think that they could just do a better job of telling stories that are logical and believable.
Why can't...
Not stupid stuff.
Why can't every other match have like a jobber match?
Why can't Dolph Ziggler fight Rusev because Rusev is an asshole instead of because Summer Rae left Rusev?
Yeah.
And Lana did this and blah blah. Like
cares? I said, I want to see a freaking feud where a guy comes out there pissed off, wanting to fight the other guy, and the other guy wants to fight him, and that's all I want to see.
Yeah, something like that.
If that's what you want, they're not going to give it to you.
I know, it's ridiculous.
Because you want it. You want it, they're not going to give it to you.
It's ridiculous.
That's not to completely crap on WWE, but that's part of the reason why I like to watch New Japan stuff, man. It's all based on wins and losses.
Right.
Well, like, the wrestling will never be the same because there's no stars.
Right.
Just let's, get that straight. The wrestling will never be the same. There's no stars. They're going in a different direction that they hit that fork in the road, say 2002. They hit that fork in the road. It's like we're either going to go left or right in the near future, and we're going to go right. You know what I mean? And it's really just that's all there is to it. And I mean, all those guys from ECW, WCW, they were just getting older by the year, and they're creeping away, and before you know it, nobody's left. They're all old, and there's no new stars.
I know, they got to really build some new stars up.
And they're just building them in the WWE model. I mean, you're not getting good wrestling. And they don't even call it wrestling anymore. They just call it entertainment.
Yeah, I think they got too much going on, especially with entertainment.
What was the last good year of wrestling? What was literally the last year where this is it? 2008, 2009, around that kind of time frame. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. But
I thought WWE was the shits back then.
Looking back, if you look back at 2008, 9, 10,
they still had stars.
I thought it was still great, but 2013, 14, those were the worst.
I think 2012 is when it really started going shit.
Yeah, they of course. I'll talk about, say, Don Tony, okay, and them, Kevin Castle.
Right.
They even said 2014, worst year in wrestling history. And you got to agree, it was terrible. It was terrible.
It's got to be up there.
That's the worst year of wrestling history.
But really, 12, 13, 14, or 15 have been great. And,
if you ask yourself, is it getting better? I don't think it is.
Go ahead.
Just to kind of transition and to stay on topic with this, I'm looking right here in front of me at the WWE third quarter 2015 numbers, which covers between July 1st and September 30th of this year. Total revenue, $166,200,000, which compared to last year, quarter 3, they had $120,200,000. So it's a significant little jump there. Profit loss margin, They were in the black. 10,400,000 for this quarter. Last quarter, 2014, they were 5,900,000 in the red. So not good there. As far as network subscribers, September 30th, 2015, they have 1,233,000 paid subscribers.
Yeah.
With 990,000 domestic, 243 international, compared to last September 30th, when they only had 731,000 subscribers, with 703 in the United States and only 28,000 international. So they haven't really gained that many subscribers domestically, but internationally they're blowing up. They went from 28,000 this time last year to 243,000 internationally this year.
So it looks like they're just so concentrated on the network that it's really screwing everything up.
Like, really? I mean, just they're worried about that network.
That's a pretty big drop on a $5 million drop or something like that.
I mean, guys, to me, what this all boils down to, they don't give a crap. It's all business. All they care about is that profit loss number, plus 10,400,000. That's all they care. That's it.
I'm sure, yeah, when they got a conference call going on, I'm sure their main concern is profit,
Yep.
and viewership.
I'd love to sit on one of those conference calls.
Their main concern is not, like, the creative process. That's not their main concern.
Have you ever listened to one, Cdub?
I've listened to them in post, yeah.
It's gotta
Like,
be,
not live.
they gotta be funny.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if they would be anymore. I think it'd just be all business.
Okay, well, let's get into the news and end this first part, and then we'll go into the second part, which is going to be the shoot on stuff from us all. But, does that sound good to you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, Freakzilla.
Cdub, you still there, Peanut?
Yep.
Okay. Just making sure you guys are there. But the only news that I had was, let me just run through this real quick and then you can comment. Brock was reportedly scheduled for December 19th at some live event. That's the next time we're supposedly going to see him.
MSG.
Yeah.
MSG, I think.
Yeah, it might be a live event on the network too, they said.
Brock Lesnar's getting that fuck money.
He's getting that
Oh,
fuck
yeah.
money. Cena's not expected to return till late December, but now they're saying he could return as early as December 13th at TLC. So that means he'd be back for that 19th event.
He will
Great.
always return earlier than his return date.
Yes. We're gonna have the John Cena holiday special again this year. I can't wait.
Yeah, I seen that, I guess, Cdub, that 2K16 was officially released today.
Yeah, it's out from what it leaked like 2 weeks ago. It looks pretty cool on Xbox One and PS4. They added some features, but for those of you out there who played last year's incarnation of the game on PS3 and 360, it's not the same. It's way stripped down. It's just pretty much a roster update.
Yeah.
Unless you're going next gen, I would say avoid 2K16, but next gen does look pretty sweet.
I would love to get a next-gen console, so...
I'm not to find Val Venus.
I have heard that there's some server issues going on with the PS4 version right now.
Oh, I see. Did you see
Virgil
that?
on there?
It's Virgil on there. He was on last year as a downloadable character.
Hell yeah.
Wasn't he, C-Dub?
He was on recently in the last couple years.
Yeah, I had him on as a downloadable character. He was a free download.
Dude,
But I mean,
put him in the Rumble.
with the the technology that they have now, like the face scanning stuff, dude, you can make anybody. All you have to do is find
scan
a
our
good picture
faces?
of them,
Yeah,
and you can just import it, bam, right onto the website.
that's
it's pretty
insane.
sweet.
I gotta try that out.
That'd be sweet.
Some other stuff real quick here. NXT announced 19 new signees to the Performance Center that they recruited.
Did they end up signing or keeping Savvy Piscatelli, the former Buccaneer?
I didn't see. I did look through the list real quick, and I didn't see anybody that really popped out to me, and I wasn't looking for him. So, to be honest with you, he could be on there.
Yeah, he was. I don't know if all you guys saw Breaking Ground. He was featured in the first episode of that. I thought it was pretty cool.
I saw that. But they didn't. Yeah, he's in the Performance Center already. These guys are just new recruits.
Right on.
So
Yeah,
19
I'm wondering like where they're recruiting people, and I mean, is it indies? Is it the Tough Enough kids?
There's indies guys on the list of the 19 guys and Tough Enough kids.
Okay, yeah, that's what I had heard, that they were going to pretty much sign the best of the Tough Enough, which I think we reported on last week as well.
Yeah.
And then I heard that they picked up some Evolve people.
Yeah, well, the guys that I seen, I didn't see Evolve on there, but they were from guys, from different independent territories and stuff.
Wasn't it Biff Busick, Rich Swann?
He's on there, yeah.
Who was the other one?
I couldn't tell you really. I
think they signed a female wrestler named Athena, I believe.
Okay. That don't ring a bell, but it could be. I didn't look too much into it. So.
Yeah.
Did you see that WWE announced that they will have NXT matches take place at that WrestleMania 32 ticket on sale party?
That's pretty cool.
Austin's going to be there too, they said.
I'm really hoping that this year at Mania we see a huge NXT presence. Maybe do an NXT special on Friday night.
That'd be badass, but it'd almost upstage Mania in my opinion.
I think, with a day to cool off there with the Hall of Fame on Saturday and everything, by Sunday it would be time for WrestleMania. It's hard to top WrestleMania, man.
All right, and then just two more notes I had. Jeff, you got anything on that?
No, I think that'd be a cool idea if they did something like that.
I do too. Young Bucks signed with ROH, but they claim they were talking to all the major promotions. I just reported it because I seen it was like a major story on there. So what do you guys think of the Young Bucks?
They're entertaining. I know that they're fairly popular in Japan. They
Bullet
do
Club.
well on the indies. So
I would have liked to seen them come to WWE, but every time they get close, they never get signed.
yeah,
They're a bunch of idiots anyway.
You think?
yeah, they kind of are.
They are.
I heard they were cocky as hell backstage, and that's why they didn't get signed the first time they had a tryout.
Yeah.
And then the last thing, and Jeff, you might know something about this. I guess Ronda Rousey claimed that she wants to be the WWE Divas Champion in an interview.
Yeah. I think planning on retiring here before long.
This gonna be your last match?
She may have one or two, maybe two.
I think that they're gonna do Cyborg ultimately.
Yeah, it's going to depend on that. She's going to take on Holly Holm, and then if Cyborg, I don't know if they can meet at a weight or if Cyborg can drop down.
Yeah.
I think Rousey could probably stand to make a hell of a lot more money and keep her face, not quite as beat up and physically not as fucked up if she was to go to WWE and work a super limited schedule.
I'd love to see like an NXT run from her.
There's literally zero fucking chance of them putting her in NXT.
No.
You don't think?
Zero chance. Are you kidding me, dude? No way.
No.
And why do you say that?
Ronda Rousey is the most popular female athlete on the planet right now.
Yeah.
Why would they stuff her down in NXT?
Well, they wouldn't stick her there for long.
No, dude. They would, before they debuted her on a major stage, probably WrestleMania, they would probably give her a couple weeks somewhere in a warehouse somewhere with a ring, and probably Sarah Del Rey from NXT up there training her and teaching her, this is how you do it safely, and then it would be a big surprise, and they.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I wanted to say last year before we end this first part, and I think that breaking ground's really cool. And Del Rey and Prince Albert, I can't even remember his name. They seem like they are pretty good coaches.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
for sure. I have a late breaking note here that I just picked up.
Right on.
Apparently, during the Tuesday main event tapings, Rusev sustained a bicep tendon rupture.
That's right.
During a match with Neville. Apparently the match was called due to the injury, and the former United States champion's recovery time is currently slated at 3 to 4 weeks.
Sure we will not notice.
No.
It could write him off as easy as they write everybody else off.
Yeah, he just hasn't had much of an impact on the show lately to really matter. He's been stuck in that little faction.
It's ever since he rode down to the ring in a tank against John Cena and lost.
Which Steven loved.
I don't think it can get much better than that.
Steven loved that entrance.
I did. It was pretty awesome. They kind of ruined him, though, like with the whole Lana and Ziggler thing, which literally was kind of stupid. But
unfortunately, man, Rusev has Goldberg syndrome. They built him up for that year, undefeated, all the way up to Mania, and then what? Now what?
Now nobody knows Tong Po.
That's right. So now, I mean, but it's, Rusev can make a career, but I don't expect him to be a top guy again.
All right, guys. Well, that was all the news and everything I had for part 1 of 2. We are actually going to do a second episode that's going to be separate from this for the roundtable discussion, which I'm calling a roundtable discussion. But we're just going to throw a bunch of topics out there and just talk about stuff and have a blast on it. So make sure if you checked out part 1, you definitely go back and check out part 2. Also, go down to the link below and check out Cdub at Chronochord Media. They got a lot of cool stuff over there. I don't know if you want to plug it here, Cdub, a little bit more.
Yeah, man. Just like Jeff said, check us out on YouTube. Also, chronochord.com, ChronoChord.
Yeah, and I want to thank everybody who has recently subscribed, and if it's your first time listening here on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. Also go over to Facebook and give us a like on our Facebook page. I'm still trying to work on getting a Twitter account put up as well, and I'm sure everybody would contribute with that Twitter account if we got one going. I think that'd be a cool idea because they're getting quite popular. So, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to part 1, and make sure you go check out part 2. I want to thank Steven, Cdub, and Jeff for getting on this. And until next time, guys, I'm going to say peace out for part 1.
Yep.
Been fun.
Yep. Thanks, guys.